Oregon Police Chief Bob Day. Chief, thanks for joining us. President Trump says your city is, quote, lawless mayhem. He says that people there, quote, viciously are attacking our federal law enforcement officers. He also says the National Guard is, quote, ending the chaos, death, and destruction. Is that an accurate description of what's happening in Portland?
No, it's not. And good morning. Just to clarify, Portland Police Bureau has been actively engaged both in the area around the ICE facility, but really citywide in our efforts around crime reduction. I'm proud of the fact that we're down almost double digits, 20% in most major crime categories, being very intentional in our efforts and outreach with the community, recognizing there have been protests and demonstrations down at the facility, some that have engaged in violence and vandalism. But we've also had a number of demonstrations throughout the city involving tens of thousands of people that have had no issues at all. So we're managing the complexity of this pretty well, in my opinion.
So does Portland need help? Do you need more help to get crime under control?
Well, we'll always take help. I mean, the reality is that the challenges we're facing as a city are not uncommon in other cities across the country. And certainly crime is one of them as we continue to address that, as I said, very specifically. We could also use help with more teachers, and we could use help with more services around addiction and more help around mental health and more help around housing. There's a lot of areas that impact crime that are not specific to just enforcement. And the work that we're doing and managing, working with our local partners as well as our federal partners in addressing the issues specific around public order are certainly challenging, and they do exist. But I'm confident that the Police Bureau and the resources we have can manage what we were dealing with at the time.
I know there's a court hearing later today over Portland and the state's push to keep the National Guard out of Portland. Have those troops been deployed yet? Have you seen any of those troops? What's happening on the ground?
No, they're not any on the ground right now within the city, but we do anticipate in the coming days that we will see some at site security at our federal buildings. You know, these are Oregonians, these are citizen shoulders, these are men and women that have taken an oath, and I respect and appreciate their service. So this is not an antagonistic posture that we have towards these men and women and their service. We understand that they have a direction as well, but we're working closely, speaking regularly with the Guard and with our federal partners, trying to ensure a safe transition for everyone.
President Trump also recently activated the National Guard in Memphis, Tennessee. I want you to hear the message from White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller, who recently spoke to officers there in Memphis.
I see the guns and badges in this room. You are unleashed. The handcuffs that you're carrying, they're not on you anymore. They're on the criminals. And whatever you need to get it done, we're going to get it done.
You are unleashed, he says. What are your thoughts on those comments?
When I heard that video, I thought it maybe would be a good halftime speech if we were going out to play the second half down by 7. But for law enforcement, we need to stay in the middle. We need to stay moderate. We need to stay calm. We need to stay consistent in our approach. And that's how we adhere to the rule of law here in Oregon, and certainly in the Police Bureau. My expectation is that our officers will be consistent in their application of the law, fair and just. The responsibility that we have is a trust that's given to us by the community we serve. And we do not tolerate violence. We do not tolerate vandalism. That is not part of free speech. And we have a concern of safety for all Portlanders. And that's the message that we are both delivering to our members and carrying out on a daily basis.
Portland Police Chief Bob Day, thank you very much for being with us. We appreciate your time.